Well, to some extent, even the very best standardized tests measure mere memorization and test-taking skills. And I want to be very clear about this. In my opinion, and I've read these tests and I've read a lot of research, the PARCC test and the AIR tests are about as good as standardized. Actually, I'll be honest with you, I've never seen a better test. I'm not saying a better one doesn't exist. But those are about as good. But still, of course, all we have are their practice exams. You read those and still it relies heavily on memorization and test-taking skills. But the problem with standardized tests are that they tend to ignore the most important characteristics of good learners, to say nothing of good persons. So the bottom line is that there is no standardized test that can measure what's really, really important, such as initiative, creativity, imagination, conceptual thinking, curiosity, effort, grit, irony, judgment, commitment, nuance, goodwill, ethical reflection, or a host of other variable dispositions and attributes that are critical to a successful life, a successful career, and frankly, success in your later academic settings. So, but what standardized testing can measure and count are isolated skills, specific facts, and specific functions, which are unquestionably the least interesting and the least significant aspects of learning when you're talking about a good life, a good career, and good academic performance later on. Even more troubling than their ineffectiveness as assessments of good learning, the act of administering and emphasizing the results of standardized tests communicates very pointed lessons about the nature of learning to our students and to some degree to their parents. Because there's a premium placed on remembering facts. Even PARCC and AIR, although frankly, in my opinion, they move away from it more than any test I've ever seen, but they still focus to a large degree on emphasizing on remembering certain facts. Children often come to think that this is what really matters, the ability to memorize facts. And they may even come to develop a quiz show type view of intelligence that confuses being smart with knowing a lot of stuff. And we all know that knowing a lot of stuff does not correlate to being smart. Secondly, and this is really distressing to me, is that because standardized tests are timed, never heard of a standardized test that wasn't timed. Sure, developmentally disabled children sometimes get more time, but all standardized tests are timed to some degree or another. Students are encouraged to see intelligence as a function of how quickly people can do things. Okay? And thirdly, even the PARCC and AIR tests, certainly this is true of, standardized tests very often rely heavily on, even though not exclusively, but heavily on multiple choice questions, a multiple choice format. So what happens is students infer that a right or wrong answer is available for all questions and for all problems in life, and that somebody else already knows the answer to all the questions. So what standardized testing does, the way it's administered, the way it's applied, is to discourage original interpretations, because certainly no standardized tests expects original interpretations. Original interpretations will certainly hurt you on a standardized test, okay? So students quickly figure out that the task is to find or to guess the right answer, not to engage in interpretive or creative activity.